This is the Celebrity Afterlife Report podcast.
Yes, it's that time again. Time for yet another edition of the Celebrity Afterlife Report, the only show on the internet that gives you the up-to-the-minute gossip about all your favorite deceased celebrities. I'm your host, the Celebrity Medium, and I have a whole heap of juicy stories for you today. Shall we? Surely. Let's. Charles Lindbergh was the first man to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean, a true American hero. 2 weeks ago, we reported that Lucky Lindy had allegedly joined the search for Adolf Hitler, who is in self-imposed exile in a wooded area outside one of the next world cities. Hitler has gone into hiding in an apparent attempt to atone for the evil deeds he committed while on the earthly plane. Now, last week, we received word that Lindbergh had struck a deal with Judy Garland to acquire the architectural plans for New Garland, the women-only city the singer had planned on building before abandoning it after falling in love with Donald Trump's father, Fred. Garland giving the plans to Lindbergh angered artist Jean-Michel Basquiat, who had an idea to create an artists' colony in the still unfinished town. Okay, now we have a new development in this ongoing story. Just hours before I started to record this edition of the report, I received word from one of my Next World sources that Lindbergh has reportedly been seen with Hitler. The doorman of an exclusive Afterlife hotel has told the press that the aviator rented a suite there and was seen coming in through the hotel's service entrance with a man who looked like Der Fuhrer. As you would expect, Next World press coverage of this story has reached a fever pitch. It has been confirmed by reporters that Lindbergh did get a suite in the hotel in his own name, but neither he nor Hitler have been seen in public since the story leaked out, and Lindbergh has not responded to any of the press's attempts to reach him for comments. This story is just getting stranger by the day, and my sources are on top of it, so I will bring you all the details as I get them. Also on last week's report, I told you that Jim Morrison, former lead singer for LA rock group The Doors, has switched professions in the afterlife. The Lizard King, having gotten frustrated with the music business after running into problems with his Next World band, The Legends, decided to try his hand at acting. He contacted Vincent McMahon, father of the current World Wrestling Entertainment chairman, Vince McMahon, about a job. The senior McMahon, working alongside William Shakespeare, has been operating a theater company specializing in the works of the Bard. Now, until Morrison pleaded with McMahon for a job, with the exception of Neil Armstrong, the first man to walk on the moon, all members of the company were former wrestlers who worked for one or both of the McMahons. But by turning on the charm and schmoozing him, Morrison convinced the elder McMahon to take him on as an actor. So far, so good. Apparently, however, Morrison wasn't as informed about the company as he should have been. When Shakespeare, the company's permanent director, informed Jim that he would like Morrison to try out for the part of Lady Macbeth, the singer balked, saying that he refused to wear women's clothing. Shakespeare explained that the company was performing his plays just as they had been produced in his time on the earthly plane, with men playing all parts, male and female. According to a source who witnessed it, Morrison threw such a hissy fit that finally Andre the Giant, a 7'4" former professional wrestler, walked up to Jim. Looming over him, Andre explained, quote-unquote, to the singer that everyone in the company, Andre included, was expected to play female parts from time to time, and that Morrison was no exception. My source tells me that Morrison swallowed hard, intimidated by the massive Andre, quietly said he understood and would comply with the rule. When last we heard from Joe Frazier, the former heavyweight boxing champion had just arrived in the Afterlife. Frazier told the reporter that he wanted to develop a product as lucrative as George Foreman's grill. The champ was taken aback when the reporter told him there's no need for money in the next world. Frazier said that he would have to think about his next move in that case. We now know what that next move is. With the help of a partner, he just opened the first of a planned chain of Smokin' Joe's lounges. The lounges are places for smokers to go to indulge their habit without irritating non-smokers around them. Now, while you can't get a fatal disease like cancer from smoking in the afterlife, many people still do not like being around smoke. The new lounge, expected to be the first of many, features sommeliers, like a wine bar might have, who will help the customers choose their smoke from a selection that includes cigars, e-cigs, hookahs, and other choices. Now, the lounge just opened, but I'm told it's already popular with next world hipsters and others who don't like being told by abstainers that their habit is disgusting. Finally, regular listeners to the report know that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. has become a soul singer in the afterlife. With the next world having no need for his civil rights activism, Dr. King decided to try his hand at singing. In the months since he announced his intention to switch professions, Doc Martin, as the minister is now known professionally, has become something of an afterlife showbiz sensation. His shows sell out on a regular basis, attracting a mostly female audience, some of whom throw their unmentionables on stage during his performances. Now, according to my sources, that has, understandably upset the doctor's wife, Coretta. Although, as I reported previously, Martin made a public promise to stay faithful to her, Mrs. King has hired people to be backstage at all of her husband's concerts to ensure that no overly eager females get to his dressing room. I've been told that she has one of them call her every night when Dr. King gets off stage. Then she calls his hotel room in whatever city he is appearing in a few minutes later to make sure he doesn't, stop along the way. Now, while this may seem excessive, during his time in the earthly plane, the FBI file on Dr. King included reports of multiple instances of infidelity in his part, so, perhaps Coretta is wise to take a few precautions. Okay, that's it. That's all I have for you at the moment. Please come back next week for more up-to-the-minute gossip about all your favorite deceased celebrities. And please spread the word that the report is available on iTunes. I am the Celebrity Medium. Thanks for listening.
You've been listening to the Celebrity Afterlife Report podcast. To ask a question about your favorite deceased celebrity, call 818-3-MY-DREAM. 818-3-MY-DREAM. 818-369-3732.